Hi, I'm Ian, and this is my real forehead. Okay, Dawn Guard, on your feet, up, 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 everyone on your feet, and jump, and jump, and jump, and left, and right, bounce, 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 kick, kick, shimmy, shimmy, high knees, now come on, clap, 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 spin, duck, jump, A, punch, slide, hop, jazz, swing, shake, shake, and bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, and rest. And now that you're all stretched, it's time for some trivia. As for you, audience, go to jackbox.tv with the room code that currently appears on your screen and show these people who's got the know-how. For every good decision you make, they'll be making less money. And for every whiff, number go up. Ready? Well, I'm not.
Time for question one.
First, hashtag sponsored content. Hi everybody, it's your boy Ian, and I'd like to start with a quick disclaimer. It's the third day of Desert Bus for Hope, and we're obviously very grateful for all of your incredibly kind and generous support. But, as you all know, the only real way to make money on the internet is through sponsored content. So I did some digging and got us a few sponsorships for this game of You Don't Know Jack. I assure you, this will not interrupt the game in any way. It's purposefully designed to be very seamless, and you'll probably not even notice that they're there. Now with that out of the way...
Question one is brought to you by Cardio-O. This state-of-the-art treadmill comes pre-broken, but still collects and sells your data to the highest bidder. Cardio-O! You're going nowhere fast, but we know everything about you!
Based on their real-life animal counterparts' average speed, who would win in a foot race for charity? A real-life Sonic the Hedgehog? A real-life Roadrunner? A real-life Rainbow Dash? Or a real-life Tasmanian Devil? Your fate has been sealed. Let's see it. Left field called. They want their answer back. Well, hedgehogs, roadrunners, and Tasmanian devils can reach an average speed that may rival an average James. Even a little pony can beat them, reaching speeds of 20 to 30 miles an hour. And I'd like to once again thank our sponsor, Cardio-O, and hopefully you'll all be running to get one. Okay, moving on. But what did chat have to say about all of this? Yeah, that seems about right. And here's a little something extra, just from me. You never saw me. I was never here.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Look out, here comes. No way? No way. No way.
Question two is brought to you by Lost Ways. Our specially designed AI-powered navigational software will help make every journey into a wild ride. Procedurally generate streets, guesstimated locations, and our proprietary Roll for Direction feature will ensure you never take the same route twice. Who needs efficiency when every commute can be an unpredictable adventure? Sideload us now.
Let's say Bugs Bunny really did take a wrong turn at Albuquerque and ended up in China. Considering it's the shortest route to China's borders, which way did he most likely take? North, east, south, or west? What's behind door number 1? As the crow flies, or in this case the rabbit burrows, China is approximately 10,000 kilometers due east from Albuquerque and 12,000 kilometers due west. North and south would require multiple trips. For long-distance fast travel, you probably want Krang's earth-piercing drill. And angles.
Why don't we do it for free?
And this is... It's what plants crave for. And it's a this or dat.
This Dis or Dat is brought to you by Quench Blaster, 5-gallon energy drink. Why stay up for a few hours when you can never sleep again? Quench Blaster. Wake up and go everywhere. Not fit for human consumption. Use as directed. Seek medical help wherever available.
I'm going to read you 7 monsters, and for each, I want you to tell me if they have wings, are green, or both. You only have seconds to choose between wings, green, or both. Start the clock. Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. Is it winged, greened, or both? Viserion from Game of Thrones. Killer Moth from the DC Comics. Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. Saphira from Aragon. Blanca from Street Fighter. Piccolo from Dragon Ball. A toast to, so I'll do it myself.
Question 4 is brought to you by Build a Bench CYOA Furniture Store. If you would like to build a shelf, go to aisle 7. If you're interested in a birdhouse, try aisle 24.
So Build a Bench was supposed to send over some sample furniture, but nothing really seems to have arrived. No matter, I went to my local DIY store, grabbed myself a box, and I'm ready to do this. Start the music! Welcome to Tinker Tailor's Soldier Fry here on the mighty Desert Bus Video Entertainment Network. My name's Ian Horner, and this is the Let's Try show that's brought to you by you and your very kind support over at desertbus.org. As always, we're going to be trying something new because, it is a Let's Try program, and figured we dive into the exciting world of DIY furniture assembly. Let's get everything out of the package here. Yeah, okay. So we're going to need a few tools. Thankfully, I brought my kit with me here. Going to need a hammer and a screwdriver. Of course, this is going to be a Phillips head screwdriver, as always. God, when will these companies start putting the proper head in the box? Robertson head for life. You know it. We want the Canadian content, people. Apparently, you are also going to need 2 generic human forms, male variety based on the instructions. I don't know how important that is. And I guess for some reason you'll also need the completed item for reference. So that's cool. Let's see, going through the parts list here, we've got one of the long boys. Part 2 is a second long boy, mirrored, I guess, from side to side. Third part, we got 3 times this is one with holes just on the side. Again, a little bit more stout of a long boy. 4 is a thin long boy. We only have 1 of them. Number 5 is yet another stouter long boy, this time with holes on the top face. And we're looking at 2 times part number 6, which is I want to say thin tall boy, as opposed to long for some reason. Make sure to check your hardware list as well. You want 16 of those Phillips head screws, 34 smaller Phillips head screws, I guess, to make the big ones make them feel like they're, of a worthwhile girth. We got some wooden dowels in there too, some discs, 16 of them, and a variety pack of wall anchors, curvy bits, and washers. Additional information: if you have any issues with your item, please contact the retailer directly you purchased it from, who will be able to resolve any issues. I bet they're willing to accept that. Oh my god, I just flipped over the sheet. This is going to be a hell of a thing, folks. We're looking at, what do we want, like 16 dowels? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dowels per side. We're looking at parts 2 on its side with three times, spaced evenly along it, and the long number 4 tall boy on top of that. Screw it all in. Step 2, put your second longer long boy on the side, with the one with the holes on the face. Rotate it back up, and then you're going to add 4 more screws and 4 more dowels. And then, by God, just stick it on its front, because you are going to be sitting there for a while. How many screws is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 screws. That's 4 more than we have. So I may have miscounted there. Okay. Regardless, important note. You are going to want to stick the D through these, the long boys that are now vertical, and you're going to want to make sure that this is up against what appears to be a cinder block wall, because it's going to have to be screwed there before it ends up floating in its own world of its own creation, I can only assume. And finally, we have whatever this is. Geez. What is it? It's what are those things that you it's bigger than a bread box. But I don't know. Let's unpack those choices. No, that's not it. Oh! It's a bookcase. Seems obvious in retrospect. Well, that should do it for question 4. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, everyone who's been participating, and don't forget desertbus.org to give us that monetary hand, youtube.com/desertbusforhope for all that wonderful video clip content that you may have missed, and I will see you all in question 5. Taking center stage, impossible? Perhaps.
Question 5 is brought to you by Life Dilemmas, the board game where every choice is a bad one. Why pick the lesser of two evils when you can have both? Now available in Existential Crisis Edition, parts sold separately.
Which of these quotes is an example of a false dichotomy?
If Mommy's purse didn't belong in the microwave, why did it fit? The doctor said I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there. When I grow up, I want to be a principal or a caterpillar.
Or,
my cat's breath smells like cat food.
moment of truth.
I'm in danger.
Ralph's wrong grouping of his two career choices makes this a false dichotomy, a fallacy in which only two options are available when there are in fact many, or a false grouping of the two. Besides, Ralph would make a great principal caterpillar. Thus concludes round 1. And here's some numbers our graphic department whipped up. As you can see, quarterly projections show that all the questions in round 2 are scheduled to be worth double.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Brace yourselves for... This used to be Pee Wee Herman's job.
Question 6 is brought to you by Rhyme Time After Dark, Adult Rhyming Dictionary. For the poet who wants to walk the fine line between naughty and nice, perfect for finding just the right word that rhymes with wood. Use code KINKYPINKY for a free trial.
It's time to play things that sound dirty but aren't. Which of these would be most important to a sailor? A lickspittle, a hoopoe, a futtock, or a cockchafer? Time for the big reveal.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
A futtock is a curved piece of timber that forms the lower part of a ship's frame.
Whoa!
And for all of you in the audience, may I recommend our sponsor, soap.
Hey, question.
We here at Definitely Not Jackbox Games would like to custom tailor the experience specifically for you. Would you like a sponsored question or a question that's not sponsored?
Mes collègues sont des crétins. 7.
Let's unravel the mystery of a sponsored question.
This sponsored question is brought to you by Interrupting Cow Bar and Grill. Try our...
Because it...
This question is also brought to you by Spoil Box, a monthly curated box of spoiled food, past their prime, but not their time.
Because it was the first
This portion of question 7 is brought to you in part by Zero Grip Slide Ride Tires, for those who love to drift.
grocery product to feature...
And if you like features, you're gonna love the upcoming summer blockbuster Buzz Bombers, Nebula Nexus, Galactic Rogues, Alien Armadas, One Chance to Save the Universe.
grocery product to feature a scannable UPC.
Universal Paperweight Collectibles. 500 adorable figurines will help ground down all the paperwork in your incredibly windy office. Universal Paperweight Collectibles. Collect them all.
Barcode in 1974.
Spoof Roof. It's almost like the real thing.
Who would most...
Knapzap. Never snooze again with this electric alarm clock. Comes in 110 and 220 volt models.
Who would most likely to be...
Meltwork Ice Cream Soup. The perfect winter treat.
invited to...
Bite Light Edible Air. 0 calories, 0 substance.
the Barcode's 50th anniversary celebration. 4 out of 5 dentists, a high-ranking Navy official, a giant glass pitcher, or Andy Warhol. Time to shine. What's your pick?
This wrong answer is brought to you by you.
Trident gum was the first scannable grocery item, so they'll probably invite some dentists over to celebrate.
This stinger is brought to you by questionsbypost.com. Don't blame us, you asked for it.
Hey, question.
We here at Definitely Not Jackbox Games would like to custom tailor the experience specifically for you. Would you like a sponsored question or a question that's not sponsored?
Je trouve Jerry Lewis sonnant légèrement amusant. 7.
From the archives, we present a question that's not sponsored.
This non-sponsored question is brought to you by Beach's bank account. Too much money? Too many problems? Why not wire all your worldly possessions directly to me? Bask in the warm, fuzzy feeling of having absolutely no idea what I'll do with your hard-earned cash, credit, or Funko Pops. Will I invest it in a pyramid scheme? Will I buy a boat? How about a life-size Gundam for the moon base? The less you think about it, the better. Remember, at Beej's bank account, your money is my money. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. This is a joke, not real. Joke, joke, joke. Please don't send any money. A joke.
It's always important to know genuine money from counterfeit. If you were to send Beej all of your Norwegian kroners, what definitely won't be featured on the front of those bills? A lighthouse, the Northern Lights, a 9th century Viking ship, or a cod? Your fate has been sealed. Let's see it. Jeg kan forsikre deg om at det innfallsvar. Norwegian kroner bills are very odd, but the Northern Lights do not make an appearance.
Joke.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of eight.
I'd like to call this My House is a Mess. Guest time, Design Store!
It's time for a
Get those typing fingers ready, because the longer you take, the less money you make.
This gibberish question is brought to you by Slip and Shine. 20% more lubricant than the next leading household cleaner. Slip and Shine, please don't sue us.
Take a look at this gibberish phrase and tell me what common saying it rhymes with. Pine fresh, clean floor. And don't worry about that pesky punctuation. When you shouldn't call yet. Because you haven't seen all that's on offer. Don't hesitate. Additional things are here. If you solve this, I'll throw in a carving knife absolutely free. Presenting the topic of you can check in anytime you want.
Question 9 is brought to you by Lost Luggage Airline, the only airline that guarantees your luggage won't make it to its destination. Lost Luggage Airline. If you wanted to keep it, why'd you pack it?
And it just so happens I have a lost suitcase right here. Let's have a look through it. Okay, we've got bows and arrows, a Mockingjay pin, loaf of bread, and yeah, those are nightlock berries. Whose luggage is this? Katniss Everdeen, Buffy Summers, Arya Stark, or Daryl Dixon? Let's unmask those answers. She stared at the chalkboard, her mind racing as the problem loomed before her. The classroom was stifling, the air thick with tension as the seconds ticked away on the clock. Her teacher's piercing gaze bore into her, waiting for a response. She could feel the eyes of her classmates on her, their silent judgment weighing her down. In a desperate attempt to break the silence, she blurted the first thing that came to her mind. The room fell silent. Her teacher's eyebrows shot up in surprise. A wave of regret washed over her as she realized her mistake, but it was too late. The words had already left her mouth, and it was, without a doubt, the wrong answer. All of these items belong to Katniss Everdeen of the Hunger Games fame. Which is why you should always pack a small lunch before boarding a flight headed for a dystopian young adult world. Preferably not poisonous. Fasten your seatbelts for...
Question 10 is brought to you by nothing. Absolutely nothing. The absence of something, the opposite of anything. A void where nothing of value lives, where nothing appears. Cold, dark, boundless abyss, devoid of color, objects, or emotions. No joy, sadness, hope, pain, pleasure, relief, fear. There is no existence here. Time does not reside in this place. The emptiness is eternal. Memories fade, aspirations crumble, the naught echoes. The void is ever present. Not a thing is left. It will never leave, and neither will you. Now comes in lemon scent.
Which of these is a British vacuum? Baxter, Windstorm, Henry, or Clayton? And your answers are... Henry Hoover, the lovable suction machine. And speaking of nothing...
It's time for the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick an answer, the more in-game currency you'll make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, numbers go bye-bye. And be careful. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Brought to you by what exists thanks to these people. Good luck. This is it!
I hope everyone had as much fun playing as I had hosting it. I'd like to thank all our players, you at home, and of course, a shout out to our sponsor, Jack's House of Sponsors.biz. Do you have a podcast or a YouTube channel in dire need of some sponsors? Buy yourself some cred with Jack's 100% fictional sponsors. Bogus products from fake companies that will give your audience the illusion. You don't know Jack!